And after 2 weeks, they decided that B Company, which was on the hook, would been attacked every night. But you were all on a knife edge all the time. Yeah, because we lost majority of our platoon on the hook. There was 17 of us after the Battle of the Hook. There was only 17 left of our platoon. I'm Ken Keld, served in Korea 1953 with the Duke of Wellington's Regiment. When I first went to Korea, I was 18.
You were in school until you were 15, and then you started working? So
yes.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
I went to work for a construction steel firm, making mostly farm buildings. When I was 18, I was called up to my national service. That's after basic training. Yeah. When I originally joined up, it was about the second day I was in the army. We had to go and see a personal selection officer, asking all sorts of questions about your personal life and your religion and what you'd like to do whilst you were in the forces. And the last question was, have you thought about signing on for an extra year? So when I replied no, he just said, you'll go to Korea. I went to Korea in January 53. I landed in Korea. It was cold, being January time, and from the boat we were taken to a transit camp just outside Busan, ready for the next day. We went by train to Tokchon, which took a journey of 26 hours in cattle truck trains. It was a destruction. There was old buildings, everything was ruins. What was our feelings? We got to Korea, our feelings was, what we're doing here?
When you were in Korea then, were you all the way up in the battle line most of the time?
Yeah, we're up on the 38th parallel, yes. Yeah, we were the defenders with the infantry. You were always going on patrol into no man's land. Every night someone was going out. The times I went on them, we never encountered anybody, so it was okay.
Is there any specific stories or memories that you would like to share?
We helped one another. You watched everyone's back. Only the time I didn't do anything wrong. It was when we were in the Battle of the Hook, and I was sent to get tea for the drink for the platoon, and on the way back the Chinese started to shell, so myself and the two lads that were there, we dived into for cover, left the container of tea in the trench, and we came out. There was tea all over, and he said the tea should have gone in first.
So the Battle of the Hook
Yes.
is something very well known to Koreans as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the battle itself?
The other two platoons just rear to us, but because the Hook was like a circle where the Chinese, as I said, the Chinese wanted the Hook because it was it covered the main supply route. The Americans had been on one battle of the Hook. If the Chinese had taken the Hook, they would have pushed the United Nations right back down to Seoul again. And when I first went up onto the Hook area, and after 2 weeks, they decided that B Company, which was on the Hook, would be attacked every night. But you were all on a knife edge all the time. Yeah, because we lost majority of our platoon on the Hook. There was 17 of us after the Battle of the Hook. There was only 17 left of our platoon.
Is there anyone that you know who is interred in the cemetery?
Yes, there's quite a lot. The nearest one to he was from Filey, which is about 4 miles down the road. We'd been living in the same area, you know what I mean? Because you're more familiar with people when you're in Korea. You know, when you're away from home, you're more familiar with people of your own surroundings. Yeah, Peter Mason. I left Korea on Friday, November the 13th, to Gibraltar. And I finished my time off in Gibraltar. I landed back on Sunday the 5th of April, 1954. Then I worked, for 16 years, I worked for a coach firm, Plaxton's Coach Firm, built luxury coaches. Then I got made redundant again, so I started my own little business until 2003, when I was supposedly retired, but I didn't. But when looking back, for best time of the life, even career, because you met people from all different walks of life. You formed a friendship with everyone, and also it gave you respect for others, and most of all for the ones that served in Korea, is what more or less is what Korea's done today. But going back today, which I did in 2010, you just can't believe how Korea has grown since those days. And the train trip down from Seoul to Busan, which took 2 hours and I think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes instead of 26 hours.
Is there a reason why you decided to publish your book?
My friends and all, we all got together in we called ourselves like a 2nd Battalion branch of the 2nd Green Howards. There was no news coming through from the battalion. You know, there was nothing. There was nothing to talk about. A friend of mine who was a secretary said, "Can you write something can you write something about your time in Korea, because they didn't know. So I did a rough, just a rough copy for them. And in 2017, my aunt died, and we had to me and the wife were dealing with her funeral, and I was talking to the vicar who did it, and he said, everybody should write down what they've done in life. So that's when I came back and I started writing roughly then.
So this, you'll go to Korea,
Yeah.
is your experiences.
Yeah.
And then Stories for Morning Calm is
Yeah.
basically
Individual stories taken out of here. I think there's 65 done before they disbanded, so I think I've used about 30 some to make that book. So there's enough material to do another one.
This is our last question. Is there anything that you would like to tell your comrades?
The Korean veterans, that is really, to be honest, it's more or less the ones that were left behind, you know, than to make sure that we remember those that were left behind. You know, that's the most important factor. It's not about us that survived, it's about them that were left, or their families.